Hello and welcome to our first in this trauma-informed caregiving mini-series, building a solid foundation for trauma-informed caregiving. We are going to be going through the when, why, and what. So where does this fit in? Why? In other words, how might it help? And what are some of the skills in this category? Well, the what is caring for yourself at least as well as you care for others. So that is the overarching foundational skill we're talking about here. When these are everyday and every way skills. Taking care of yourself should not be something that just happens once a year or even once a week. It should be something that is a part of how we care for others. Well, why? There's a few different reasons. One, when we care for ourselves, we're building that solid foundation, means everything else can stack on that. We can stack more on it when we have a solid foundation rather than when we have a shaky foundation. The other really important piece of caring for ourselves as we care for others is it is a way of modeling, showing, teaching, coaching the people we're caring for how to care for themselves. So if these are skills that we are hoping to develop in others, it's important that we are showing how to do that. So the three skills that we're going to center on today in terms of caring for ourselves is, what does that even mean? Caring for ourselves, caring for our mindset, and asking for help and leaning on support. All of these are ways of caring for ourselves, whether it's caring for our body, our mindset, or leaning on others in community. So, what am I talking about for caring for yourself? I'm not talking about vacations, although those are great if you can do those. I'm talking about those everyday things that help us stay alive and even better, hopefully help us feel good and be the best version of ourselves. So that's things like fueling our bodies, moving our bodies, resting our bodies, and then doing that all over again. Rinse, repeat. Practicing healthy coping skills. So, what are the things that help us keep our cool and build a good, solid foundation of our own mental health? Connecting with other people. So, not just with the people we're caregiving. That's an important connection. It's a vital connection. It's why we're here together. And connecting with other people, especially other caregivers, other folks who can help support us, is a part of giving care to others. That includes then asking for help when we need it. So the whole village to raise a child thing, it's a real thing. And part of caring for yourself is allowing others to help care for you and help fill in some of that support and help be extra cheerleaders and supporters for those that you're caregiving. So, thinking about our mindset, this might be one of the most difficult pieces of caring for ourselves is feeling like, but I need to care for other people and then care for myself. So, I'm encouraging you to consider what is your belief system or your mindset around caring for yourself and how that fits into caring for others. So, questions to ask yourself is, what am I modeling? What am I showing to the people that I'm caregiving? If me caring for myself translates into others seeing that behavior and then doing as I do, well, then am I modeling the things that I want others to be doing? Am I caring for myself in the way that I hope those that I'm caring for also care for themselves? So, things that can help us remember the importance of caregiving as a part of caring for ourselves as a part of caregiving. The people I need really need me to be healthy. They're better when I'm better. I've got this. I can do this. I'm lovable. I'm worthy of being healthy, just like other people. And there are people who would love to help me, which is absolutely true. Even if you're not feeling it right now, there probably are way more people than you might imagine, both who you know, so your informal supports like your friends and family and neighbors, and formal supports in the community. So folks like people who work in schools or in medical settings or clinic, social workers. There's all kinds of folks in the community who do that because they love helping. So there are lots of people who would love to help you. And that is part of caring for yourself as you care for those that you love. So some of the skills here around asking for help and leaning on support, encourage you to consider talking to other caregivers you know. So these might be people in your neighborhood. These might be people, if you are caregiving for your kid or your foster child, or for your nephew or great niece. Who are the people who also are caring? How's it going for them? Get some hot tips from them. Vent if you need to. That's an important part of caregiving, is letting off some steam sometimes with other caregivers. That can be a really helpful thing. And always circling back to what might be helpful. So you also might want to think about then, as I mentioned, talking to an educator or school counselor, a medical provider. This could be if you're caring for a child, your child's pediatrician, or their primary care provider, if it's not a child. And you can always give a call to 211 for local referrals. They can point you in the direction of other counselors or other services in the area. You also, I always want to make sure people know about 24-hour resources. We have a local resource called the Mobile Crisis Team, and you call 1-844-CRISIS-2 to speak to someone who can do some crisis response on the phone. They also can talk with you about the possibility of coming to you and doing some in-person mobile crisis response. So know that that is something that's available in our area. From any phone in the United States, any time of the day or night. You can also utilize the phone number 988. They can provide just a listening ear, so just support. They also can talk you through some crisis response and get you connected to local resources. So either one of those numbers are good numbers to use. And it's always good to know more than one resource in case the one you're trying is just not the right fit or the right time. So know that those are additional resources. I'll remind you of those at the end of each of our videos. So the when, why, and what that we covered today, these are everyday, every way kinds of skills. Caring for ourselves is the foundation of what we do, and it's a way of modeling care. The what is caring for ourselves and our mindset, which includes asking for help when we need it. So those skills: review, reflect, and extend your learning. What is one thing you can do to focus on today to care for yourself? This might be just making sure you get enough sleep, or a little extra sleep, getting to bed a little extra early, putting that phone away. It might be, during caregiving, it might be short, sweet kinds of caregiving. Just as you're brushing your teeth, looking in the mirror and psyching yourself up for the day, like just reminding yourself, I got this. There are people who would love to help me. Just like I said, as you're brushing those teeth. Maybe you want to take a mindful moment as you're taking a shower and just like feel the water, smell the smell of the soap, just like give yourself a tiny moment of rest and respite while you are doing things to care for yourself. Caring for your mindset. I encourage you to take a moment to reflect either on your own. Maybe this is another thing you do while you're brushing your teeth. Or maybe this is a conversation with your partner or a family member or neighbor or somebody that you see in passing. What motivates you to care for yourself? And maybe explore with someone else what helps them care for themselves, and remember to prioritize that at least as well as you're caring for others. Finally, where could you use some help? So just thinking through right now, where would be a place that it might be helpful to ask for a little bit of help? Maybe it's, hey, can you pick this up from the store from me? Maybe it's hey, can you give me 15 minutes so I can hop in the shower without worrying about the baby falling over, right? Like all of the little things are absolutely fair game for asking for help, helping make your caregiving that much easier, knowing that it's a really, really hard job. And maybe considering who in your life might be excited about helping you. There's probably more people than you might realize who would love to have that opportunity to offer you some kindness and a moment. So for today, thank you. You've got this, and hope you tend to your foundation. We'll be talking in the next video about setting the stage. Thanks so much. Take care of you.